Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day so far. If you've been watching my channel, you are probably well aware that I am a big fan of Star Trek. I've always loved Star Trek since I was a little kid, watching TNG growing up. Married into a family of super Star Trek fans too, so there's a lot of Star Trek in our household. You know, Amanda said, my wife said, when we moved into our new place just about a month ago, we put some Star Trek on Laserdisc, watched some Voyager, and she commented that now it's home. Now that we've watched some Star Trek in our new place, now it's officially home. So we're big Star Trek fans here. And again, being kids of the 80s, growing up watching TNG, one of the first Star Trek things I wanted to talk about here, I'm going to do a handful of videos over the next couple of days, different things I want to have covered, and some pickups of videos and that kind of thing. The first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Star Trek, Captain Picard, the Picard series trailer that came out, the upcoming series with Patrick Stewart coming back in that incredible role that has become just this timeless classic series as far as sci-fi fans are concerned. So that is a huge deal for us, just the age that we are and being such fans of Star Trek. And it's such an odd thing too. The reactions for the trailer have been anything from absolutely people losing their minds just because of some of the things that have been revealed in that trailer, different characters that are becoming in, either as a major part of the series or cameos. Every little announcement, I think, has been sending people just off the walls excited, or people that are just automatically being negative, even though it really, it hasn't shown yet. Just from that little bit of a trailer, some people already saying it's a failure, it's a bomb. And I can see a little bit of both sides, and I'm somewhat mixed. I am a little more, though, towards the excited. I can't help it because I'm such a huge Star Trek fan. To see Patrick Stewart actually come back as Captain Picard, to know that the Troys, Riker and Troy, are both going to be coming back. I think they're going to be a little more in a cameo form. We have, Data coming back in some form. 7 of 9, that really shocked me. I was not expecting that, and that was really kept under wraps. I don't think I heard much, very, very little, whispering about any of the people that are going to be on it. And 7 of 9, I didn't hear that, talked about once, so that was a real shocker and very exciting. I really like that character, a character who, honestly, when she first came on, I wasn't certain if I was going to like her. I thought maybe she was going to be a little bit of a sex appeal cash-in character, and she wasn't that at all. Jerry Ryan really rocked that character along with the writers. That's one of my favorite characters from Voyager. Really, 7 of 9 is fantastic. It was great to see her back. I'm really excited to see that it's going to be a fairly Borg-centric series. And the thing that I'm most excited for, more than anything, because it's what I've wanted to see since the last episode of Voyager, is a Star Trek series post-Voyager, one that continues on. And I think that was why, when it first aired, I wasn't that into Enterprise. I do like Enterprise, especially Season 4. I wish the show had continued, because Season 4 was fantastic, and I think it really could have been a remarkable series going forward. But the concept, I really wasn't into when it first aired, and that's part of the issue that I have with Discovery, too, trying to get into it, is that I've always just wanted to see a Star Trek series on the screen that's moving forward in time, and not the constant going back in time or doing reboots or just different universes and things like that. I do want to see Star Trek move forward, because that's sort of how I've always experienced it, and really, watching the original series reruns and TNG, moving on to Deep Space Nine, of course, all the movies and Voyager, and I just wanted to see the next chapter, in the next millennium, as Voyager was ending, move forward, and that's a big reason why I'm excited for this. And just from what I've seen, from what I've read, I'm hoping, and I think this is going to be a good balance of fresh faces and also old characters, because I feel like this is the type of series that could very easily fall into one of two traps. It could be far too trying to push nostalgia just for those little cameos and having no real substance behind it. That's a trap that something like this could fall into. It also could fall into the, put a bunch of old favorites in the first episode or two, and then they kind of disappear in the background. It's all just new people. I think those are two directions that it could go that would not be the way to go as far as what I would like to see. I think that a balance between the two is best. And just from what the trailer has shown, I think that it's possible it could pull that off. I'm actually very very curious to see how this goes. I'm very, very excited. I think the only thing that has me not crazy over the moon when you come down from that high of like, oh my gosh, watching the trailer and like seeing all these different characters and new sights mixed with familiar faces, and just that real, sort of fan excitement. When a little bit of that goes away, a little bit of time has moved forward, the only thing that has me a bit worried, honestly, is the heavy involvement of Alex Kurtzman. Everyone has certain directors and producers that they really enjoy and people that they don't like. I know people that don't like Spielberg. Even some of the most popular directors and producers of all time have people that really just don't enjoy their work. It's just a matter of taste. And for me, Alex Kurtzman, I just have not really enjoyed much of what his name has been put on. Many of the projects that he has been involved with, I've just not enjoyed. They just aren't to my taste, and that includes Discovery. I really wanted to like Discovery. We sat down as a family to watch the premiere of that, and I tried. I made my way through a good portion of that series before I just was like, you know what, it's just not for me. And with something as vast as Star Trek and how many different, endless numbers of books and TV series and movies, there are certain things that aren't going to appeal to everyone. There are some people for whom they really don't like Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek by far. My wife's favorite is TNG. There are people who, the Nothing Will Ever Surpass the original series. There's some people that Enterprise is their favorite, Voyager is their favorite. Now there's some people that Discovery is their favorite. Everyone has different tastes, and Discovery just wasn't for me. I couldn't get into it. I think the only positive thing I took away from it is that, hey, they could, pull off a Pike series. I think they could do that. But yet again, that's not really what I personally want to see as far as Star Trek on screen. I want to see it moving forward, not going back in time again. But yeah, I think they actually could pull off a Pike series. At this point, I'd be surprised if they didn't try and do it because of the positive reaction for moving that direction. But yeah, man, so many people I love in Discovery too. So many actors. Doug Jones is fantastic. Michelle Yeoh, I've been watching her forever. I love a lot of her 80s Hong Kong pictures, and then moving through the 90s into the early 2000s. Such a great body of work that she's done over the decades. But yeah, the show wasn't for me. And again, that also goes with a lot of other stuff that Alex Kurtzman has been involved with over the years. It just hasn't been stuff to my taste, and that's what has me a little worried, to where it's like, I don't know, like how much of a Kurtzman sway will the project have as far as the way it's constructed. And that's the only kind of thing that has me a little worried, and why I kind of understand some of the negativity that some people have. But again, we haven't seen a single episode. Same thing with Discovery, where it's like, I don't really like some of the visual stuff I'm seeing, but it's Star Trek. I'm excited. I want to see it. But yeah, so overall, that's just kind of what I want to talk about, how my emotional reaction is, holy cow, Picard, this is great. And then you think about it a little bit, and it's like, I don't want to get my hopes to the point where I don't want to be disappointed, where if it's something that's not bad, but just not to my taste, because that's always a possibility. But just from what we're seeing, I'm really excited to check it out, and very, very curious. And I really just am hoping that this is a fantastic series. I really do. There's so much potential with this. So I definitely have to check it out, and I'm gonna have to tell if it's good. I'm gonna have to try and get Amanda to sit and watch it. She does not want to watch it at all. Like Patrick Stewart, she is just so worried about the Kurtzman effect on the story of Picard, because TNG is like sacred territory for her. For me, it's one of my 3 favorite shows ever too. So it's yeah, we will see how it is. But as far as all the different projects that are announced, and they're taking very different routes and kind of trying to cover so many different bases of possible Star Trek fans, which is really great. I think there's a great potential for Star Trek to really have a big renaissance between all these different shows. And I think some projects will turn out better than others as moving forward here. But I really think that this one in particular has such a great chance of really being that flagship title, of really being the show that shows, holy cow, Star Trek really is back and really is fantastic and moving forward. Very, very high hopes for this, but I'm trying to keep those hopes a little more reasonable and not get too crazy excited. But man, I can't wait. I just can't wait to see it.